We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Welcome to Cactus Wrestling. We have some major upsets to talk about. Boom! In the first weekend of wrestling, nothing like the number one ranked 125 pounder losing to a high schooler in the first weekend of the college wrestling season.
Wild, just ridiculous.
Wrestling season is back.
Yeah, we are back with a boom, baby. And if you don't know what we're talking about, here's what happened. Clarion Open semifinals. Marcus Blaze defeats Matt Ramos 4-1 in overtime. And crazy enough, Marcus Blaze didn't even win the tournament.
No.
He loses to
Braden
Palmer, yeah. Chattanooga represent.
Who actually commented on our 125-pound video saying he should be ranked higher.
I mean, maybe he got an argument there because he won the tournament and Ramos did not.
Yeah, so maybe he's got something we don't know about.
Yeah, I think he's right. He probably needs to be ranked a little bit higher now.
Yeah, probably.
But it's crazy to us. We were just talking about it. Even though Matt Ramos loses to a high schooler, he doesn't move anywhere in the rankings because it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we couldn't really move him down. I feel like we could probably move Palmer up a little bit, but
yeah.
But Ramos down, he lost to a guy that's not even an entity in the NCAA. So
I feel like the craziest part of it too is that like he's not even the number one guy at 126 or even the number two. Like he's the third ranked 126 in high school, and he's like, yeah, I'm feeling a little spicy this weekend. I might as well knock off Matt Ramos.
Yeah, might as well go prove I'm the best in the land.
But who did he beat in the quarterfinals?
Oh yeah, he beat Jax Forrest, reigning number one.
I think there's a new number one in town.
There's got in a lot of different ways. There's a new number one. This was crazy. Let's see.
The scrambles in both matches were absolutely insane. The overtime scramble with Marcus Blaze and Matt Ramos was insane, and there wasn't even a score on that. And then Blaze just shoots in and takes him down.
Yeah, laced up both legs. Yeah.
One thing I kind of noticed just watching some of the Clarion Open against how some of these college guys dealt with the high schoolers, it seems like a lot of the high schoolers had more of a gas tank than some of these top Division I college wrestlers. And I don't know if that's because they've been doing more like off-season events. Marcus Blaze won U17 Worlds. Jax Forrest coming off of a Super 32 title where they've been battling it out. I was surprised how well they were able to push and break some of these guys. Bo Bassett, who also had a big upset, he completely gassed out.
Yeah.
God, what was it? What is his name? At 133, he wrestled Vincent Santaniala. Yeah. And watching it, Bo was down 8-2, and he came back and won 10.
8-1 even, actually.
Yeah, 8-1 at one point. Came back and won 13-10, and just relentless pace. And I wonder if the same thing with Matt Ramos, where it's like, wow, it is week one. He took a loss last year as well.
The college season started a month ago with their like legit practices, and then before that they were doing preseason training. Wow, I mean, from experience, I did.
Well, I don't know what's going on at Purdue these days, but
yeah, Purdue and.
Well, what's funny? I was joking because we're like Marcus Blaze, where he's not committed anywhere. And I was like joking to you guys. I was like, oh yeah, Purdue, ha ha ha. And then turns out Marcus Blaze's brother wrestles at Purdue.
Yes.
What are the odds of that?
Blaze will replace Ramos on the team in 2 years' time when Ramos graduates.
Could be. Could happen.
So yeah, it sounds likely.
But as we were just mentioning, Vinny Santaniello from Pitt, he loses to Bo Bassett in the finals, but in the semis, he beat Mr. Nick Bouzakis, and it wasn't even close. 11-4, got 3 takedowns, used an underhook, and just kind of like chucked him by like 3 different times. He just out wrestled him, outclassed him in every facet.
I feel like we may have ranked Bouzakis too high.
Well, I was going to say, of course, Nick Bouzakis must have bounced back to take third, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, he lost again to Angelo Rini, 14-8.
Yeah, Bouzakis is like moved from. I think we had him at 4. I think we're going to be moving him to like maybe honorable mention.
It's hard with these freshmen. You
Yeah.
think the world of them, like because when he was in high school, he had the same accolades as a Marcus Blaze or a Jax Forrest. And then you get to college, some guys maybe it just doesn't translate. I don't know, but maybe it's just a bad tournament. It's hard to read into just a few matches. It's literally November. Nothing matters right now. You gotta work out the kinks.
True, but still, it is surprising to see some of these guys that you're expecting to
Definitely.
lose to who they're losing to. They're losing to like nobodies. Like it's like, who is this person? I've never heard this name.
I thought Ramos was going to lose this morning when I was texting with you guys in his opening match against Vinny Kilkery. And I was like, oh,
That's
he's
Ohio
up
State, though. I mean,
yeah, well, he was up 2-0, and I was like, man, what a tight one. And he gets the takedown in the third period, 3-point takedown now, wins 5-0. But I'm like, man, that was really close for the returning NCAA finalist.
I mean, his next few matches were not very close.
Yeah, I think he went Tech, Major, loss, and then 17-second pin for third.
Oh, he took it out on that fourth place match.
Yeah, that was Nicholas Bobbin from Columbia, and
I'm pretty sure he's an NCAA qualifier.
Funny enough, it was the 1 versus the 2 for third place, and he pinned him in 17 seconds.
17-second pin. That's damn.
Yeah.
Now I know people forget, like we talked about in our 125-pound rankings, Ramos got majored in the Big Tens to Michael DiAugustino. And really, the only reason he kind of became a household name was because of his upset win against Spencer Lee. So do we think that Ramos is maybe a little bit overhyped? Everyone had him ranked number 1 because of his tournament status, but is he really at that caliber, or is he really just a guy that went on a few win?
I thought you were going to say, is Marcus Blaze capable of beating Spencer Lee?
No, I'm not jumping to that.
We don't know.
By the associate property, yes.
Yeah. He beat.
I would say, I think I bought into the Matt Ramos hype myself. I think I was like, yeah, man, like obviously he's going to win a national title this year. He pinned Spencer Lee, and if it wasn't a pin, he was up on points anyway.
I mean that is all true.
It's true,
but hey, we got Richie Figs ranked 1, so
I think Richie Figs is pretty fair.
Here's the thing with Matt Ramos, like he's really, really tough to score on because he's got that incredible funk defense, but his shots, he kind of just shoots straight on, and it telegraphs a little bit. You can kind of see it coming. He must be pretty strong because once he gets in, he picked up Blaze in the air and he somehow didn't finish in that crazy scramble, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I can't believe he pinned Babin in 17 seconds. Babin won 2 matches at NCAAs.
Yeah. I mean,
he pinned him in less than 20 seconds, but he lost to the high school kid. Like, how?
For any of you big Connecticut wrestling fans out there, Marcus Blaze not giving up the takedown while being literally on the shoulder of Matt Ramos reminded me a lot of Connor LeMay, who was a great wrestler in his own time. Same position. I'm sure Mike and Jack, you might remember where LeMay on the shoulder and doesn't get, the guy doesn't get the takedown, and his coach is screaming at him like, "How did you not score? You had him on your shoulder."
Well, now he's in good company with Matt Ramos.
He's in good company.
So a couple other big upsets. How about Sam Latona losing in the Southeast Open to Gabe Weisenhunt of Oregon State?
Weisenhunt lost in the duel to UNC the night before.
And then he woke up the next morning and it says, why don't I, beat an All-American 10-9?
Yeah. I mean, watching that match, Latona definitely is the better wrestler who I think would win probably like 99 out of 100 times against him. Like just the way that Latona worked his way back into the match Latona probably could have gotten called pin. Like the way it looked, he definitely could have been
100%.
But I mean, he didn't. I'm kind of glad that Weisenhunt still managed to pull off the win after not getting the pin call. But I mean, he was kind of just holding on. He hit that one move and then like held on for dear life the rest of the whole match. So
I like that one of you in our chat said he must have brought de-icer for Sam Latona.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, Sam ice in his veins, Latona. Everyone talks about, he's super, cold wrestler, icy wrestler. I thought that was so funny. I was reading that at work.
Hunt brought the de-icer before that match.
Yeah. And by the associative property, I mean he could probably beat Vito.
Yeah.
Right?
I could make
Vito's
that
only
conclusion.
loss.
Yeah.
What were some of the other big upsets?
So Brandon Kaler had a tough weekend. He lost to Jet Strickenberger of West Virginia 4-1 in the Southeast Open. And he also lost to Spencer Moore of North Carolina in the duel 2-0.
Yeah, he went like 1-2 or 2-2 over the weekend. Like, not a good look.
This was
expecting much more from him.
This was the number 7 seed at last year's NCAA tournament. Who he went 1-2, but still 7 seed. Yeah,
no,
I mean, those were low scoring matches, but it's weird to see because of the 3-point takedown.
Yeah,
all the scores are super high now.
You could win 3. Overtime victory is 4-1 now.
Yeah.
It just threw me off when I was like seeing some of these.
Yeah, because you see 4-1, you think it's a much bigger dispute.
Yeah.
It's just it's the same as 3-1. So yeah,
the last major upset we had was at the Southeast Open. Garrett Thompson of Ohio beats former All-American Peyton Hall of West Virginia 8-5.
Yeah, I remember messaging you guys being like, "Who is this guy?" and then sending his bio. He's nobody. Like, he hasn't done anything. He's like had like 6 losses or 4 losses his first year. I think he's a sophomore or a redshirt sophomore. It's like, okay, he was a weight class down and really didn't do all that much. He was like 10-6 or something, 10-4 or something. It was like, how is this guy beating Peyton Hall, a former All-American? Like,
so I have another interesting one that I saw in the Clarion Open. So Karchla didn't win.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
So medical forfeit out. I don't know. Yeah, medical forfeit to a star from Navy, who would go on to lose to Rocco Welsh, who's also at Ohio State.
Interesting. So if Harkla's out for a while, Welsh will probably fill into that starting spot.
He's a goer. I mean, he beat Josh Barr, who's at Penn State now, at who's number 1, and he beat him at the the PA versus USA Dapper Dan Classic. I don't know what they call it these days. Kid's a beast. He's just really, really talented.
I'm not really surprised that Harkshula didn't win the tournament and got injured. Like, I'm not.
I feel like he gets hurt a lot, and I don't know if
I feel like he always has something.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments said he was cutting from like 183 or something to 165 last year. I mean, he won the match before he got med forfeited out. He won 20-12. So I wonder if something like got tweaked or something in that match. I'd have to rewatch it and see if there's any signs of distress, but he didn't wrestle the next match.
Yeah, that was 20-12. Jeez.
I mean, the 3-point takedowns. It's like
every takedown,
it's another one. It's going to be weird to get used to.
3 takedowns in the first, 6 takedowns to. Oh yeah, he got injured with 40 seconds to go in that match. After he got taken down and gave up backs and then injury.
I hope he's okay. I mean, I feel like this guy is a really talented wrestler that we've never been able to see reach his full potential. But I almost wonder now if Rocco Welsh is going to be like push for a wrestle off, and try to take that spot and say, hey, why not as a true freshman?
He'll win by a med forfeit.
Assuming it's not too serious. And he's able to come back to wrestle.
But I mean, that doesn't count as a loss, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still November. It's the first weekend of wrestling. There's plenty of time before things start to actually matter in the postseason. Last major upset that I can think of, this is it, international scene. How about Joey McKenna beating Yanni?
Wow, wild. That was
oh yeah, that was awesome.
I think I sent you guys the scoring exchange, and as usual, freestyle very much subjective in their scoring. So it was kind of interesting to see, like, well, who initiated. If you guys followed the rest of the tournament, McKenna took first, Yanni took third. And I'm sure we'll talk about this at a later point, but Burroughs took first at 74 kilo.
And I heard he weighed there's a weight allowance. He weighed like 74.3.
Yep. So I think I heard 74.4, but they had a 2 kilo allowance, so he could have been as heavy as 76. So he's looking like
No, I heard he actually weighed like 74.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he weighed 74.4
or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jordan Burroughs back at 74. I'm sure, like I said, we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth. But some crazy wrestling this weekend. Really wild first weekend back.
I just watched the clip of Harchla getting injured. He
Yeah.
got pancaked to his back.
Oof.
Oh, and then he called injury?
Not exactly. The ref immediately stopped it. So he must have cried out as it happened. I don't have volume on.
Maybe something in his back. He got twisted.
I would say, or maybe like a rib or something from a weird landing.
It was, I don't know, it looked like a shot, and he just went dead straight. Yeah.
I'll have
Not
to check
good.
it out
Take
later.
a look, see.
I have to check it out tonight.
Yeah.
But there you guys have it. We just wanted to jump on the breaking upsets. Hopefully,
Breaking upset.
hopefully every Monday or Tuesday of the season, there's upsets to talk about, just like these, because these are some major ones. So stay tuned every Monday or Tuesday for these videos, and drop a comment down below. Make sure you like the video. What were some of the craziest matches that you saw this weekend?
Who's going to bounce back? Who's going to shake it off like it never happened?
Yeah, let us know.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.